Thank you for starting us off.
Yeah, I think thanks, Swamiji, for that wonderful quote. Because I think overall what connects us all, I think that is very important. Because I've been thinking that for a while, and especially when my daughter was born, sometimes I realized all of us, including those people who um, killed these people in Paris, when they were 6 months or 1 year old, all of us must be same, like a pure bundle of joy, unconditional love. So somewhere I feel it might have overcovered as we grow up, but that is the fundamental truth which connects us all. That is what I could relate after hearing to that.
Thank you. Thank you, Raghav. Wendy, it looks like you would like to speak.
Yes, I'll be very brief because what came up for me was a question. And when Swamiji was reading the passage and talking about the commonality, what came to me, I'm echoing.
There is an echo let's see, I'm trying to see why. If everybody makes sure you're muted. Swamiji, I'm going to mute you just for the moment, please. Excuse me. Okay. Does that help?
Okay.
Well, let's carry on as best we can.
Okay.
Good.
So, am I on?
Yes.
Oh, so when you were talking about the commonality of all, what came to me is love. And so I do have a question. So how does love fit in with the discussion of consciousness that Swamiji was talking about? So I have more of a question.
Thank you, Wendy. Harpreet, I see you. Let me unmute you. There we go.
Hi, thank you, Swamiji, for your wonderful, spark. I think what's been sort of on my mind, I think ever since I started this path, was this, the psychological and the intellectual confusions, that come because of our education. And we're educated in this way and we're trained to think that way. And I think pretty much most of my practice has been to get rid of that so-called way of learning and thinking, that education or schools and colleges have given me. Because when I noticed that when I put that away, then I can make more sense out of the things that Swamiji is saying, things like that, because it's almost like I have to stop thinking in order to make sense out of the unknowable or the stuff that we just sense, but we can't really describe it. So thank you for bringing that to the attention.
Thank you, Harpreet. Who would like to go next? Preeta, let me unmute you. Yes.
Yes, hi, thanks. I was just going to say, I think what connects us is all kind of, a desire, obviously, and a need to be in this world, in our material presence and in the, the material world, but also a desire to try and transcend it in some sense, and to have, I guess that's the way I think of love, is like a desire to connect with something greater and something that binds all of us. But I think working out that balance is where the hard questions lie. To what extent do we focus on the needs of this world? To what extent do we seek to transcend it? I think for me, what has been so powerful about Vedanta philosophy is the notion that the highest being may not be to just go into the forest, but to actually try and maintain that balance throughout one's life, and to try and be in the world but not of the world. And so to me, that's that tension and that balance is the eternal question.
Thank you, Preeta. I think I would like to reply at this point. Swamiji, your image of the ocean and the sort of particular qualities of the ocean on the one hand and the nature of water on the other hand really struck me. Since Wendy and I live near an ocean and we spend a lot of our time there. My experience is that if I'm on the ocean, if I'm swimming or kayaking on the ocean, I need to pay attention to the particulars. I need to take a look at the waves and the features and the particulars that are going on. And if I'm to really get the experience, then I need to be present on the level of water, on the level that transcends the particulars. And I'm reminded of what some sages in my tradition have said on this topic, that as long as we have bodies, we need to function in the world of duality. As long as we are souls, we are alive in the world of oneness. And that's the nature of the human condition, to be navigating both simultaneously. My reflections on that. Who would like to go next? Amita.
I guess mine is more of a question to Swamiji. I guess this whole interconnectedness, seems so obvious to me, how like everything is interconnected. And I guess what always puzzles me is, why do religious leaders who have studied this, their entire lives, why do they always still so insist on the separateness and to try for that divisiveness between the different religions rather than emphasizing the connectedness? And I'd love to hear what Swamiji thinks about that. It's like, I feel like all the religious leaders should understand the connectedness, and yet it seems like all they do is emphasize the separateness.
Thank you, Amita. Very timely question. Ofu, it looked like you were next. Let me see if I can unmute you. There you go.
Thank you, everyone. From what Swami just illustrated, and from the reading from the text, sacred text of the Hindu, I think while he was reading and he did the interpretation, there's a word like cut from his illustration. He said about what is there is always here, and what is here is always there. To me, there is a quotation that I always use when I'm facilitating reconciliation between diversities, either cultural or faith or religion, that the soul oldest memory is of union, and the soul deepest longing is for reunion. I think that from Amita, what Amita said, why the religious leaders don't emphasize on the interconnectedness, I think that we have to understand that the old religion divided humanity. But the new religion that we are emphasizing today, why the collectiveness of initiatives is promoting, fostering the interconnectedness and the interdependency of the religion globally to come together to understand the motive of God, divine, and religion. That the religion is to bring all towards God, to discover the filial duty of God to mankind. So I can see in a short illustration I can use to support my sense is like a pyramid. God is on the apex of the pyramid. Why every religion is like a process that brings all humanity to God. Thank you.
Thank you, Ofu.